Hello guys, now we're for part two. Now, part two. He gets home. He greets Alpha 6 and his mom. And after that, after like 2 weeks, he gets a letter from UA. And the letter has all my it says you have 879 villain points. But after the whole mech thing, fighting the zero pointer and saving that one person's life, you get like 20 hero points, and after that he got 101, passing the 100 mark, getting first place, and that's what happened. Now, for he gets his clothes. He gets his uniform and gets ready for school the next day. He goes to UA. He gets he gets in class and and he goes to his desk. Now Eden and Raka wouldn't really know that Izuku is the Green Ranger because he was wearing the suit when he came back to fight the Zero Pointer, so that won't be them. So Ida's still gonna be um disciplining Bakugo about the seats. Now Izuku gets to his desk and he just waits for the teacher. And then Azawa comes in and he says, um guys, put these uniforms on and meet me outside for your quirk assessment test. And everybody's like, what? And if you guys are wondering, no, Aizawa will not force Izuku to morph because the Power Rangers end up becoming celebrities at one point, and they told them that Power Rangers are not allowed to show their identity unless it's like really major. So Aizawa remembered that interview, and he knows that Izuku can't really like show his morphing, so he just lets it slide for right now. Now for his hero costume, he's gonna be wearing if you've seen the Mighty Morphin team once they became like the ninja thing, the stuff that Tommy wears, just imagine that, but um imagine that but green. And anyways, back to the quirk assessment. Izuku Bakugo gets to throw first because he got the most villain points. After his throw, which was like around 500 or so meters. That was just an example, but he still got his turn. For the dash, he tied with Bakugo. For the meter run, like the long distance run, he tied with Ida. For grip strength, he actually beat Soji. For and that side jumps, he came second place, second to Mineta. And then for the ball throw, he got second place because he can't beat Affinity. He got like around 1,000 kilometers. So Bakugo gets mad. He tries to do something, but then what's it called? Azawa like erases his quirk and binds him. Now Izuku's like heading home. Then some of those the foot soldiers of the Power Ranger villains, like they show up out of nowhere. Plus one like boss thing, and Izuku says, "I think it's time." So he says, "It's morphin' time." Then he says his phrase. After that, he summons a dragon sword or saber, like some sort of like weapon and blasters to defeat the cannon fodder, which he does easily. Then when it came to the main village, it's like hand-to-hand combat. And then once he finally defeats the main villain, he gets zapped and becomes big again. He summons his dragon sword with his dragon dagger. And what he does, he plays the dagger like a flute. That's how he summons it. After that, they went in battle mode and destroy it. And the media says, the Power Rangers have returned. And it seems like there's only one Ranger. And the media asks Izuku, like, is it true that you're the Power Ranger? And he says, yes, I am the Power Ranger. I'm the only Power Ranger for so far. I don't know if I'm gonna have a team yet. But any other questions? And the media says, is it true that all you guys are teenagers? Like, we're getting this information from the last interview. Let's just say that they said that, and he said, yes, to be a Power Ranger, you have to be a teenager with attitude. That's the requirement. And you still have your power after you grow up, depending if you quit or not. That's why you see some adult Power Rangers. And they're like, so you're a teenager under this. Yeah, technically. And let's just say the law does not affect about the age about Power Rangers, because Power Rangers, they've been heroes before like Quirks were made. So that law about hero license doesn't apply to them. So there's no arresting Izuku when he starts saving people. So after that, time, he's done answering some questions from the press. He goes to command center. And he says he finally fought those foot soldier and one of those people that can expand. And Zordon says, so Zed, Rita and Ivan has risen. And Izuku says there won't be that much of a problem if they were defeated by the last Rangers. And he says, talking about the Rangers, how were some of them defeated? And he talks about All For One. Yes, All For One is the one who defeated some past Rangers. So, anyways, we get to the next day. When it comes to the Heroes Course teacher, the Hero Course teacher is All Might. All Might tells him the hero versus villains. Izuku's wearing his ninja form mode. ninja form without the thing covering his masks. And I'm gonna randomize it. He and Tokoyami against Mina and Oyama. Okay. The team goes to Tokoyami and Izuku because they're main fighters, and plus Izuku's smart, he can make up a plan. And battles go off like they usually do in canon, except to the teams that I switched up with. Now, a few days later, they decide to go and decide class president and vice president. Then they do the same shebang. Then Ida comes with like the voting system, so they vote. Izuku's class president and Momo's like vice president. Izuku accepts because this will technically be like practice for him when he becomes like the real leader of his team that he's gonna lead. So he wants to do this. He takes this as a challenge. So he becomes the class president. Now he goes to lunch and he asks who voted for me because I voted for someone else. Honestly, he voted for Momo because Momo was like a smart person, so he voted for her. So then the people who voted for him was Ida, Ochako, Kaminari, Mina, and Tokoyami. And he's like, wow, thanks guys. Then the reporter thing incident, when it really wasn't a reporter, it was a League of Villains. Come and break in the door. People in the cafeteria panicking. They'd be rushing out, like hurting people. Then Izuku uses his superhuman strength, jumps up, goes up to the exit sign, and says, "Hey, the people out there are the press. Calm down. Go to your classroom as orderly fashion." After that, his friends congratulate him and calming them down. Then Aizawa talks about the USJ. And then they're heading to the USJ. Whilst heading to the USJ, Sue asks like Izuku like what his quirk was, and he says his quirk is superhuman. It gives him superhuman strength and speed. And she says, wow, that's kind of cool. And she says it's like a downgrade version of probably All Might's quirk. And then the quirk talk comes and all that. Then, what's it called? They arrive to the USJ. 18 is talking. And then once they get inside there, he sees foot soldiers, one main villain from the Power Ranger side, and the League of Villains, and some common father. Him seeing the foot soldiers, Aizawa tells everyone to run, and Izuku says, "No, this is my fight." And Aizawa and 18 were like, "What?" And he says, "It's morphin' time." and he morphs into the Green Ranger, and the teacher's like, what? And the students are like, what? Because this time it looks like it's affecting like the whole classroom, because like this is a situation where his identity should be like revealed to his classmates, that during the USJ, that's when he reveals that he's the Green Ranger. Now he fights the common fodder, and Aizawa in 18 Aizawa starts fighting the other common fodder. Now, Bakugo gets angry and pissed that Izuku was the Green Ranger. Like, Deku, you hide the secret from me. And Ida and Rocket's like, he was the person. Like, what? And then the warp guy, Kurogiri, he separates them like in canon. And while Izuku's fighting common fodder, he sees that everybody's separated, and he's close to the water place. Sorry, excuse me. So he helps the people close to the water place, which is Mineta and Suyu. Excuse me. Sorry. There's something stuck in my throat. Now, he saves them. Then he told them to run, hide away. And they're like, alright. They'll listen to Izuku because he's a Power Ranger. He's technically a hero and a hero in training at the same time. So, he's technically a pro hero and not at the same time. So once he has his suit on, he has pro hero rights. Once his suit is off, he's still a hero in training. Because the suit multiplies his strength already. So, Izuku be fighting the common fodder, both villain and Power Ranger common fodder. Then he fights the main villain from the Power Rangers series, just like some random ass villain. Was a tough fight. Then he uses a attack called Dragon Shot. No, it's not the same type of Dragon Shot from High School DxD. It's a different type of Dragon Shot. Now, Izuku fights the main villain. He defeats it, then the main villain gets big. He summons his Dragon Zord and destroys it. And then he decides to help Aizawa and the other students. Whilst he's doing that, he's helping the other students escape some of the routes. Then he sees Nomu basically thrashing Aizawa, and he goes, stops Nomu's fizz. He punches Nomu in the gut. The Nomu is a bit hurt, but not that much. And Izuku's like, damn, he's that durable? And Nomu and Shigaraki's like, he's supposed to withstand all my punches. I don't know how your punches are strong enough to actually harm him. But whatever, Power Rangers, you're gonna fall. And he starts doing this evil laugh, like, ha 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 ha, like whatever. And Izuku's like, none of this shit. So he grabs out his plasma gun, and he's just shooting plasma bullets at the Nomu, and Nomu's like not like his regen is not really helping him at the moment. And then Izuku does like a haymaker on him, and Nomu's done. Like Nomu is done. And once the teachers come back, that's when Izuku just powers down. Then the teacher be like, wow. So we are teaching the Power Ranger, like the Power Rangers. Like some of the teachers like start fanboying because the Power Rangers are from like their time, like when they were younger. The Power Rangers like their type of hero. So the teachers start wanting Izuku's autograph, and he's like, what? Like, I'm not with the same Ranger team from before. And he says, it doesn't matter, you're still part of the Rangers. So he gives some of the teachers like an autograph. He even gives All Might an autograph because All Might's inspiration was the Power Rangers, alright? Now we start off. Now we get back, and Aizawa talks about how they're gonna be doing a sports festival. And during the time, the Green Ranger started getting popular over and over again because the foot soldiers come in like every day, honestly. And with his ranger bike that he does for patrols throughout the city in case of the foot soldiers or those guys, he's been getting popular lately. And this school allows it because he's the Power Ranger. Like, he's the only one who can fight these type of goons. So when the sports festival comes, like before they go up to stage, Todoroki challenges Izuku, saying, "You're one of the strongest in this class. I will defeat you and prove that I'm the strongest in the class." And Izuku says, "Don't underestimate everybody else." And everybody feels happy that Izuku includes them. And then when it comes to a speech, Izuku does a speech. He does some inspirational speech that gets everybody, even the general students, hype up for this. Then I'm gonna leave it off for right now because it hit the 20-minute mark, and I'm gonna finish the next part probably on Saturday or so. So I'm hoping that you guys commented to see which ninja group should be his team and which two teams that he should have for his which ranger teams should Izuku has his powers. Now, bye.